morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. My name is Mike Rehill, and I'm the current chair of the City of Hamilton Veterans Committee. Remembrance Day in Hamilton is not a time for celebration, but a time for reflection and the appreciation of those Canadians who sacrificed their lives for peace and freedom. Armistice Day and Remembrance Day in Canada have been commemorated since 1921. The central focus of the Hamilton ceremony occurs at Gore Park at the Cenotaph, with other ceremonies in Ancaster, Dundas, and Stony Creek. The ceremony you will observe today signifies a time-honored tribute to our war dead. A 2-minute silence, the last post and rouse played by a bugler, the act of remembrance, the wreath laying, and recitations. Thank you again. We will remember them. We will now hear from Mayor Fred Eisenberger as he reflects on today.
Remembrance Day is our time to honor, reflect, and pay tribute to the generation of Canadian men and women who have answered the call to serve and sacrifice as members of the armed forces, many of whom paid the ultimate sacrifice for the freedoms we enjoy today. As Hamiltonians, we also remember our own who have fallen, especially this year, marking the 80th anniversary of the raid on Dieppe, where 582 members in the Royal Hamilton Light Infantry bravely took part, and 197 paid the ultimate price. The single greatest loss of life of Hamiltonians in our history. This year's Remembrance Day marks a return to the first in-person commemoration since 2019, and throughout this month, we wear our poppies close to our hearts to show our gratitude and respect for the courage and sacrifice. On behalf of the City of Hamilton, we deeply thank all Canadians who served and who serve today, lest we forget.
The Dieppe raid of August 19, 1942 was an attack on the German-occupied port of Dieppe. The Royal Hamilton Light Infantry was tasked to assault the main beach. A total of 582 members of the RHLI took part in the assault that was heavily fortified by the Germans. In the end, 200 Hamiltonians died. In the village of Winona, Ontario, the stunned residents realized they had no young men left. Every single soldier of the village had been taken prisoner or killed in one morning. This video is a tribute to the men of Hamilton who sacrificed their all. I would now like to introduce John Tinsley, a colleague and friend of mine who served in the RHLI and currently is a member of the RHLI Regimental Senate. John's family has a special connection to the regiment as his father and uncle both served in the RHLI. John has graciously agreed to speak to us today about his remembrance.
The Tinsley family have a long history with the forces, both on the British side and the Canadian side of the family. But on the Canadian side of the family, I suppose it starts with my grandfather Tinsley, who did come to Canada in the early part of the century. He was a banker by trade, and he was in the Pay Corps and for the Hamilton garrison in the Great War. Going to the Second World War, there were three brothers in the Tinsley family. There was my Uncle Alec, who was born in 1916, my Uncle George, who was born in 1919, and my father, William, Jr., who was born in 1925. And they all served in the Second World War. My Uncle George, again, born in February of 1919, he attended Earl Kitchener School right here on Dundurn in Hamilton. He attended Westdale High School, and when he graduated, he was employed by the Bank of Nova Scotia in their management training program. But he joined the Royal Hamilton Light Infantry Cadet Corps in 1936 and stayed in for the duration of his high school years. And when Canada went to war, he went down to the Royal Hamilton Light Infantry Ordnance Office, and he signed up in 1940 and was sent to Camp Borden on officer training, and he received his commission as a second lieutenant. He was mustered and sent over to France in 1941 with the regiment, and he served there in England. And in 1942, he was involved with Operation Jubilee, which was the Dieppe, the raid on Dieppe on August the 19th, 1942. He was severely wounded on the beach. He was evacuated, but he died on the evacuation ship on the way back to England. He's buried in Brookwood Cemetery in England. My Uncle George, I always looked up to him. I saw his picture at my grandmother's. I knew a lot about my uncle, though I never met him. I was born in 1951, so I never knew him, but I knew quite a bit about him. My Uncle Alec was a wonderful source of information. He told me all about him and all the fun they used to have as young men and young boys, and all their exploits. In fact, what I'm wearing today is the Royal Hamilton Light Infantry crest that belonged to my Uncle George. And actually, this blazer I had replicated. I do have the original at home, but I had it replicated to bring it up to date. And I have the original RHLI buttons on them, and this is his crest, and I wear it out of deference to him. I've always, I could count on one hand the number of Remembrance Day ceremonies I have missed. Even when I lived in Oakville for 25 years, I always attended the cenotaph in Oakville with the Lorne Scots. And then back in Hamilton, now I live in Burlington, and I still go every year to the cenotaph. I just have so much memorabilia regarding the what happened with the three brothers all fighting overseas. The three brothers. It becomes part of your DNA. I served for 6 years, as did my brother, in the Royal Hamilton Light Infantry. I continue to serve in the Royal Hamilton Light Infantry Senate, and I do that with immense pride.
Hamiltonians have a long history of fighting oppression and cultivating peace. From the Fenian Raids of 1866, the Northwest Rebellion of 1885, the South African War of 1899, the First World War, the Second World War, the Korean War of 1950, and the Afghanistan War of 2001. Hamiltonians have also served around the world on United Nations peacekeeping missions. Places like Vietnam, Egypt, the Congo, Cyprus, Lebanon, Pakistan, Cambodia, Somalia, Uganda, the Balkans, and many more places. At home, Hamiltonians have also served to fight fires, floods, and ice storms. Most recently, over 200 Hamilton soldiers and sailors were mobilized to help citizens combat COVID. When I am asked what Remembrance Day means to me and my family, I reflect on my 40-year service to the reserves, my father who also served, my Uncle Jack who served in the Second World War, Korea and Vietnam, my great-grandfather who died at sea in World War I, and my great-uncle who fought in the Northwest Rebellion. All of our families have a story to tell about an ancestor or family member. Today is our opportunity to reflect and be thankful of their sacrifice. We'll now take you to Gore Park for today's Remembrance Day service. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mike Rehill. I'll be your Master of Ceremonies for this morning's service. Silver Cross families, members of government, comrades, and Hamiltonians, welcome to the City of Hamilton's annual Remembrance Day Memorial Service. We recognize this service takes place on the traditional territories of the Mississauga and Haudenosaunee nations and within the lands protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. We will begin the ceremony with the singing of our national anthem, led by the Dundas Concert Band.
Great attention! Great, stand at east.
I will now call upon Padre Michael Aldred for the opening prayer.
In respecting individual beliefs and conscience, I invite you to take this moment for personal reflection or for prayer. God, today we give thanks for the women and the men of every generation who have answered the call to serve our country, and for those who stand on guard today. Each sacrifice is etched in the cement that shapes the peace of our country and thus cannot be forgotten. So as Canada comes together today, may we be filled with inspiration and admiration for those who have given so much. This year in particular, we remember the 80th anniversary of the Dieppe Raid. So too we remember the service of those whose contributions have only now been recognized by all, the No. 2 Construction Battalion. God, it is with deep gratitude that we remember our veterans and serving members who suffer physical and psychological injuries. May they find healing and peace. And we are forever grateful for the families who have supported and suffered along with serving members. They are a source of strength and care that is indispensable and invaluable. We ask for strength for our leaders and for the world and for those of our country. for our sovereign, Charles III, King of Canada, who continues to mourn the loss of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, for the Governor-General, the Prime Minister, and the Chief of Defense Staff. May they guide us with wisdom during times of war and peace. And in a world fraught with struggle and instability, where war continues to rage in Ukraine, we gather to affirm with one another our determination to stand with those who yearn for democracy, for prosperity, and freedom. God, help us all to strive in our efforts to build a better world. Amen.
Okay. Joining us to read the iconic poem In Flanders Fields are cadets WO2s Gwyneth Bodden and Fernando Bonilla of 150 Hamilton Tiger Squadron.
In Flanders fields, the poppies blow. Between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the skies, the larks still bravely singing. Fly scarce heard among the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved. Now we lie in Flanders fields. Take our quarrel up with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.
Great attention.
Parade attention!
We'll now observe the act of remembrance, the last post, followed by 2 minutes silence, followed by the rouse, and then lament. I would like to call upon the past chair of the Hamilton Veterans Committee, Bob Fife, to read the Veterans Prayer.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
Thank you.
Parade standard east. Color party. Order. Order.
We are pleased that students from Dr. Davies School, Gannett Scarret School, and Benedetto School have made wreaths for today's service. I will now call upon those with wreaths to proceed to the cenotaph. As the rest of the wreaths process, we'll have the Dundas Band playing Abide With Me. Please join in the singing as you are able. Great attention. Great attention.
Parade attention!
Please join us in the singing of God Save the King.
Parade standard east. Color party, order, color. Color party, standard east.
I'll now call upon Padre Michael Aldred to close with a blessing.
O God, give us strength to go into the world in peace and dedicated to service. Let us hold fast to that which is good, render to no one evil, support the weak, help the needy, and honor all people. Let us go in love and joy, and may your blessing be upon us and remain with us always. Amen.
Oh, this is great. This isn't new. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our formal ceremony. Thank you to our Silver Cross Mother, members of government, parade participants, and all citizens who joined with us today to remember. We will remember them. The Healthy Aboriginal Men's Drum Circle will now perform a ceremony, but this concludes the formal ceremony. Thank you.